What's up, guys? It's your boy Zawoki back out with some more of the Chris Watts Nicole Kessinger video. And this video you guys have been sending me, which is a YouTube friend of mine. Actually, we're friends on Facebook, but it is Amber at ATS News. I definitely value her opinion, and she is very credible when it comes to her YouTube channel. Links are in the description for her YouTube channel, so go give her some love. Subscribe, comment, like, and share for her. But we're going to look at 4 years ago that Chris Watts told law enforcement, including the security system, shows that Chris was not alone. This all information was way back when, and we're bringing it back again because I'm sick and tired of hearing that people are like, he was alone. He was not alone. I'm telling you this, okay? This man could have not done this all by himself. This man had help. It had to have been Nicole Kessinger. I don't think it was like the Troy, like you guys think there's some people that think that his employee, I don't think that part, but I do know for certainty and just down in my bones that Nicole Kessinger was involved in some shape or form. I can't say physically, but somehow persuasive or whatever have you. And the woman deserves to be in prison for destroying this family. She destroyed. There are people out there that are going to tell me that I'm wrong, but I just have a feeling. It's down in my gut and my soul. I just feel it. So that being said, before we go any further, if you guys could subscribe to my channel by hitting that white bar icon down at the bottom right, or in the middle, it keeps moving. Don't forget to hit the bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Zawoki myself has posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for the continued love and support that you guys show on this channel every single day. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing. Now, we have looked at the security system a few times beforehand. We've heard Chris tell law enforcement that he had to unplug it because something was faulty. But the funny thing is that there's been a few times, even when he was gone, arrested, that the security system was plugged back in because when the Ruseks had to leave, they wanted to make sure that the house was not ransacked, not raided or broken into, whatever have you. And back in September, or about a month after the murders had taken place, there was somebody that walked into the house. Lo and behold, people, or not lo and behold, but some people think that a person from Chris attorneys went there, but they went there, but they never left. So we're going to be looking at everything that ATS News has put in front of us. Again, this isn't a discovery, so it's nothing that's hidden. It's nothing that is not what you guys can look up either, but I definitely want to look at this and see what more we can dissect on Chris Watts not being alone the night and the morning of the murders. So let's take a look. All right, so it goes off. Why did Chris insist on telling the detectives not once, not twice, but 3 times about his VIVINT alert system at 12:42? It appears on Chris's and Shanann's phone. This is found on page 6 in the discovery. I feel like they just put a whole bunch of things in the discovery just for us to read, but they didn't actually do anything with it. So let's continue. The VIVINT system does not lie. Excuse my cough, guys.
The garage door of the residence was checked. It did not open from the outside, but did open and close from within. Christopher gave us consent to.
So the weird thing about that is people keep mentioning that apparently Nicole Atkinson's son is the one that moved the sensor that morning because of him pushing on the garage door to look inside. But again, the security system said it was from inside. So how is that possible?
to check Shanann's phone. It had an alert which stated the garage door was opened at 12:42. Detective Baumhover took the phone to the Frederick Police Department. Christopher showed me his phone, which shows alarm times when the doors are open. It sent an alarm at about the same time stating he had left the garage door open. Christopher told me at least 3 times, which I felt was unusual. Shanann's phone showed an alert at 12:42 for the garage door, which is the only way someone could leave the residence.
I called him at 12:27.
What did I say? Nicole Atkinson left Watts' residence to check Shanann's doctor's office at 12:27 p.m. and gets to the office around 12:40.
And I called him twice. He didn't answer, and then I called again.
Okay.
And that, I mean, we had that conversation.
And that's when he said that
she was on a play date. And I was like, okay.
This is where they also think that somebody was there cleaning up, kind of thing.
Hey, but like, if they're on a play date, how'd she get him there? Because they're both in car seats.
Right.
He's like, well, a friend must have picked him up or something. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm busy and I'm at work. He's like, and because I was messing with the door, I set off the alarm system. So they called him at work. And he's like, are you messing with the door? I said, yeah, I tried to get in your house because I'm worried about your wife. And he was like, he's like, she's on a play date. You know, I'll tell you, I'm at work. He's like, I'll try and contact her. And he hung up. So then I went and locked the front door, and my son was messing with the garage door, and I told him to stop it, and he set the alarm off again. And then Chris called again and said, are you still at my house? And I told him no, because we were leaving, but we left because I'm like, okay, well, let's go see if she went to her doctor's appointment. Because I'm trying to, like maybe, I don't know, maybe she did go on a play date. Who knows?
But her shoes are there.
I drove to the doctor's office because I doctor there too, and I know they're not supposed to give out personal. And they didn't give out personal information. Like I'm CNA, I know the whole HIPAA laws and all of that. I just walked up to him and I said, I know you're not supposed to tell me this. I get it. I don't need other information. I just need to know if Shanann Watts showed up for her doctor's appointment. And the lady looked at me and I was like, please, I just need to know if I need to be concerned. And if she didn't show up for that appointment, I know I need to be concerned.
She actually went to the doctor's.
Show up for the appointment.
Okay. What time were you at the doctor's office? Do you remember?
Well, if I called Chris at 12:27, it's probably like 15 minutes from their house. I can give you the address of the doctor's office.
Yeah, if you know it.
It's 6, yeah, because I go there all the time. It's 651 Mitchell Way. And it's in Erie, Colorado.
Do you think you're there 1 o'clock-ish, maybe?
Let's see. Cassie called me when I was leaving there and I was heading back.
This must be the interview that she had with Nicole Atkinson. So at 12:40, NA is not at the Watts house. Does Chris have? I'm guessing Chris wasn't back at his house for like a lunch break because he took his lunchbox with him. So who was at the house? Because the sensor went off in the house and the garage. Dieter couldn't get into the garage.
So, yeah, I would say around 12:30, 12:40.
Okay, 12.
Because I got 2 cold phone calls from our friends because they both wanted to know what was going on.
Okay. So you think it's about 15 minutes between their house and the doctor's office? Mm-hmm. So we call it 12:45? Would that be accurate, you think?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. I'll call it, how about 12:40 to 12:45?
Okay.
Does that sound accurate to you?
Yeah, well, I left the house. When I called Chris was when I left the house shortly thereafter, and that was at 12:27. So.
Okay. Right.
So after she left, she went to the doctor's office to go see if Shanann ever made it, which took 13 minutes out there at 12:27. So for her to go there and back, she wouldn't be there at 12:40.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I know. So then after I left the doctor's office, I was like, okay, something's seriously wrong. So I contact with Cassie and Christina all morning because these are people that would normally talk to her every day. I called them. I'm like, what do I do? Chris said she's with a friend. And they were like, go back to the house and call the cops. So then I did. I drove back to the house and I called
Thank
Chris
God
again.
for
I
Nicole
said, I'm going
Atkinson.
back to- Well, I texted Shanann again. Don't mean to jump around.
That's okay. I'm with you.
There's just, I don't get it.
We all don't.
Sunday, Monday. I texted her, this is when I left the doctor's office at 12:47. I texted her, I said, I've been to your house, you won't open the door, your alarm's...
So she's still not at the Watts home at 12:47. So that just confirms it, that the Vivint alarm system went off at 12:40. Who was there? Nobody else said anything. Could somebody else been there cleaning up? Been spooked? Startled? Because I'm guessing Dieter was probably put in the cage while they left so that he didn't make messes in the house. Or, I mean, like our dogs are kenneled in the kitchen. Our kitchen is huge, by the way. So it's not like they're stuck. They can walk around. They can go to their dishes and stuff like that. But I guarantee with them having a cage, they probably put Dieter in there during the day so he didn't make any messes. So who was setting off the alarm? Why did Chris turn off the alarm system when he got back to the house? That's why he said he went down to the, when he first got to the house, after they first questioned him, he got there. He went down to the basement while they were investigating wherever. That's when he unplugged the security system. Why would you unplug a security system?
Your shoes are sitting inside, your car's home. I'm very concerned about you right now. I need you to text me or call me. I just want to know you're okay. If you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to be around anybody, I get it. It's fine. I just need to know you're okay. And she didn't respond. So I was driving back to her house at that point.
Okay.
We opened the garage door at 12:42, triggering the open door alert from Vivint. Or who opened the door at 12:42, triggering the open door from the inside. Like they said, it was the inside of the house, not the outside, like him pushing it. So who messed with it? I think it was her. I'm a head out. She did text that. Again, Chris mentions unusual Vivint activity that is logged into Chris's and Shanann's phone.
It was 2 o'clock this morning, like 1:48 on here. And the only thing that was weird was that the garage door said it was left open after outlet.
Was left open.
But like my phone doesn't show when
For your alarm?
Yeah, it doesn't show if it shuts.
Who's your alarm with? Okay.
But
Okay, I was just gonna do this too, but she did it for me. Vivint home security changes lives, in some cases saves lives.
Nikki, her friend that came here about 12 minutes, she said the garage door shut. She got it. Okay.
Okay, so the only thing he saw that was strange, that was when he left for work, the surveillance system said the garage door was left open at 5:27 a.m. Which is a minute before receiving the notification, the garage door was left opened. There was another notification stating that the basement door on the main floor leading down to the basement was left open at 5:26, which is why I think something happened in the basement. Don't know for certainty, but he did not recall seeing the basement door open when he looked around the house for Shanann and the girls. Yeah, we're going to take his word on it when we know that he murdered them. He usually works out in the basement, but he didn't work out that morning of Monday, August 13th. The surveillance system is called Vivint, and it is an app on their cell phones, which is like mine. I have Brink and I have No, I have Blink and Brink. Yeah, I have both, Brink and Blink. The Blink security system and the Brink. So if anything gets opened, damaged, or on fire, carbon monoxide, not monoxide, that alerts our phones. If Chris is loading up his truck at this time, who is opening the basement door? Secondary person. Maybe the girl's opening it? This is on page 525 of the Discovery.
Describe the doorbell thing.
Like whenever like a proximity, like she walks up.
Like a motion thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And now is that tied to like a home security system? Or
See, what puzzles me is they're all asking the right questions. Tammy and the other gentleman, I can't remember his name offhand, but they were asking like the greatest questions. But because the DA shut it down after Chris confessed, when I say this, I don't think he confessed completely for the right things, because I still think the girls were murdered by somebody else. But I think it's funny that she is so on the security system, but they couldn't continue it because they weren't allowed to touch it afterwards because the case was closed and the DA Rourke's eyes.
is it just a single doorbell thing?
The doorbell like records it on to the our control panel.
So it's
Which
all tied together?
Which he unplugged when he came home. Why don't we see evidence of this control panel? Which it's a device that it's like about this big. It's like a router almost, that saves it because you can put chips in there. You can put SSD cards in there, so you can have storage for the clips that you might record and so forth like that. Because I have it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Like garage.
Or you can also download it to the cloud and have storage on there. You can have storage in both places.
Alarms.
Yeah, everything.
Alarms,
Yeah.
window, whatever.
Well, there's no windows, but just like
Okay.
there's a living room like motion thing and a basement motion. And like we have open and shut sensors on the basement door and the rear sliding door, and obviously the front door and both garage doors.
So the
Like ours that we got, and I know you keep pausing, but you guys don't want me to talk during it, so bear with me. But like the sensors and stuff like that, they know when a door is open. They know when it's shut. They know when the window is open. It depends on the window, of course. But like these things are pristine, like A1 security system. I'm not being sponsored by them, but I'm just saying, yeah. So you can't like sneak by. It's gonna alert you.
anytime they're open, or just if they're
Anytime
open
they're
for an
Both.
extended period of time?
So like if the door is left open, after a certain amount of time, it'll say the front door at 2825 Saratoga Trails has been left open.
So did it alert you that she was outside using the keypad to get in when she got home, or?
No,
Which it would.
just picked her up walking up to the door.
And did it alert you?
It would literally tell you which button was pressed. The inside button, a phone device button, because you can do that too. The outside button pad, the button pad that you could be in your car, or your device, your AI device, because it can hook up to an Echo Dot. It can hook up to a Google iPhone. Like these things are like futuristic.
That?
When I saw it the next morning when I woke
It
up.
wasn't enough that it woke you up.
Oh no, it's very like a faint like ding type thing.
And what's the living room one? What's that for?
It's just a motion detector. Like if like you set alarm to away, like nobody's gonna be in the house. That's stuff like that. It'll take that up and set alarm off.
Is it on when you're home though?
No, like if you set it to away while you're home, you're just gonna check the alarm.
Okay. So you don't have any of those like active, I guess, when you're at
Well, it's always active, but it's not set to. You can set it to away and stay or disarmed.
But he unplugged it.
Oh, okay.
Like if you look on my phone, like go to the VIVINT app, it'll show you like living room motion system detected.
So I guess
so just for my own knowledge, did you actually look at that? Obviously, when she went missing, and the girls, did you look at your living room alarms and that, to see if there was stuff going on?
It doesn't, like, once, because we had so many, like doorbell trips, because it was messing up so much as far as, like, little things setting it off, I can only go to the history so far.
So you don't pay for the cloud storage for that?
No.
Okay. Is that an option?
They had
Yes.
never given it to me.
Okay.
But, like...
So how far does it go back?
You can turn it on or you can turn it off because you do have to pay a monthly cost for it. And it depends on the storage that you do. But obviously with money being tight for them, he probably did turn it off. But you also can put, if you have a control panel for this thing, you can put them in the back of the device. I think you can load 3 SIM cards into them. I can even show you guys if you guys want me to show you mine, but it's not VIVINT, but it's Brink or Blink. Blink is the front door. Brink is the security system.
I'm not sure how many, like, different, like, events that you can store. Like, it'll have notifications, you can scroll a bell, it eventually just ends. Not sure how long it'll actually keep it.
So when this all happened, did you look on there?
I think it's kept for about 30 days, and then they fall off depending on how many you have.
Like,
the only thing that I saw that was really strange was that when I left, it said the garage door stayed open.
Somebody was left behind.
So if that was on there at 5, whatever, in the morning, right, wouldn't the other stuff still be there too that happened after? Like if there was motion in the living room or the basement or whatever?
It should have been the only thing. There was like a basement door left open.
So that kind of incriminated himself because he said when he left the house, the garage door was open. So who closed it?
And garage door left open.
When was the basement door left open?
It was about the same time.
5:27?
Yeah, it was like...
So how is that possible that the garage door opened and the basement door opened at the exact same time?
They're like within a minute.
Oh, within a minute.
And then what was the other one, did you say?
That garage door left open.
Was the basement door open when you went back?
Not that I remember. Like when I got there, everything was shut. Garage door was shut. Basement door was shut.
So that incriminates him too because that means the door was open. He left. The garage door was open. The basement door was open. But then when he got back, everything was closed. How is that possible? Somebody had to have been there. And it's on the log?
Like, you go out to the basement, like,
The basement
is it a walkout?
No.
Oh.
It's a garden level.
Okay.
So there's like the windows. I mean, you can see the backyard. It's not like one of the ones that's like a normal one where it's like a deep dive, like where you have to look up to see like the level of the ground.
So what's the basement door then? I guess
Oh, so the basement door is so like when you walk in you walk into the house through the garage, and then as you're walking to the living room, you take a right, and then that's the basement door that leads down into the basement.
Oh, so that door has an alarm?
That has a sensor that tells you when it's open because you can. Since it's a garden level basement, the windows. You can walk into the backyard and you can open a window. You don't have to dip down. You just open a window and you can walk in, type thing.
Is he not incriminating himself? He literally just said he could get into the windows downstairs in the basement super easy. So that's how somebody got in the house.
So there's a...
Watch Tammy's body language as Chris refers to unusual VIVINT alerts.
Alarm on the interior door because...
Yeah, because like you could,
in case an intruder came in
through the window. Yeah, like stuff like that.
Okay. And that one went off too.
So look at the
like
camera.
Before the garage or after the garage? Which one was first?
One was at 526, one was at 527. I think the 527 one was the garage, and the 526 was the basement left open.
Who opened and left open the basement door? Exactly.
You get those a lot, or do you guys even hang out in the basement usually, or?
I'm usually down there just to like work out, but I didn't work out that morning, so like
So Chris said he didn't work out that morning. So why did the basement door open? Because he said he was in bed, the marital bed, when Shanann came home. She got into bed and so forth. So that just, nobody should have been in the basement. Why did the basement door open and leave it open? Plus, Chris Watts was starting and loading his truck at the exact time of this alert.
It definitely wasn't open when I left.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his smirk.
Okay. Sorry, we're still carrying off track.
Look, she looks at the camera and she's smiling.
You're fine.
So, the Ring doorbell goes to your phone. Like, how do you log into that system?
It's just an app.
It's just an app. What is the app called?
Yeah.
And does she have that app as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Should be on the phone.
Goes right downstairs and unplugs it.
If I look around.
You can clearly hear the basement door open. Who shut the basement door that was left open? Vivint and body camera confirms someone opened and shut both the garage door and basement door. Who opened and shut them? Nice catch, Amber. Man, did an intruder come up from the basement at 5:26? He even said right there, he's like, the basement windows, all you have to do is pop it and it opens up. So somebody came through the windows. The basement at 5:26 and leave later that day at 12:42. That incriminates it right there. Or incriminates him right there. That's how the person got in the house, was the windows in the basement. Because they were not on the sensor, but the basement door was on a sensor. Are you guys hearing this? I'm literally right now at a shock and awe right now. Because that would literally put somebody in the house with Chris. And they're not doing anything about it. So the 5:27. But he was loading the truck at that time. And then when he left, he said the garage door was open. The basement door was open. So who left it? It had to have been somebody that stayed behind. And then when they were still there, they probably stayed in the basement because there was no sensors. And when they left through the window. I wonder if we can see any footprint. I'm gonna see if there's any fingerprints on the windows when the police look at it. I'm gonna definitely look into that. But that just, how do they not use that as evidence? I'm starstruck. I don't know. I'm not starstruck. I'm just like, they're onto something. I'm going to look into it some more and then make another video for tomorrow. But with that being said, comment your guys' thoughts down below. Please let me know your guys' partake on this information of Chris Watts and Vivint telling law enforcement he wasn't alone. This validates it almost 100%. There's always that 99% or 99% because you always got to leave the what if. But again, comment down below, hit the like button for the obvious reasons that one day, hopefully this will do something in finishing this case. Don't forget to subscribe on both channels, Amber's ATS News down below, mine by hitting that white bar icon, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.